Maria, the Prime Minister is meeting European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker tomorrow. Can she really come up with anything better? She defended this for hours last week.
That's right, Ronnie. From the European Union perspective, really, it's no, and this is something they've said for a long time now. But the spin we get from Nov.20 is that really in the UK, there needs to be a very clear separation between the exit deal and the future relationship. And this is really what she's trying to get to talks to tomorrow. And she thinks at this point, everyone just focuses too much on the exit and not on the future. And that's going to be so ambitious, according to the UK, that really the backstop and all of that, it's not going to matter. Now, that's the UK. When it comes to the European Union, they do say the exit has been agreed. We're not going to change that. And when it comes to the future, we are here, and there's a number of countries, in particular the French, that should not be a surprise, who really think the bottom line is that she cannot claim victory. It's got to be clear in the political declaration that leaving the European Union is not a good thing and you're not going to win. For Theresa May, of course, that's going to be a big problem because she's hoping to get some traction and sell this as a good deal back home.
Yeah, it's interesting, Maria. The transition deal, the duration of the transition deal is part and parcel of this as well in terms of the nature of the way that it's being pitched. It was interesting, Mark Carney, the Governor of the Bank of England, talking about this a little bit earlier. He says the draft agreement will make a Brexit that we're currently looking at smoother and the transition for the British economy easier. But he's worried, he is definitely worried, that the deal may not pass.
Earlier this year, Dr. Carney, you suggested that the possibility of a no-deal Brexit was uncomfortably high. However, in the inflation report, it says that a no-deal Brexit is an unlikely tail scenario. Which is it currently? Or where is it on that
where
spectrum?
Is it currently? It's uncomfortably high.
Maria, what are they talking about in Brussels about the extension to the transition? Is this something that we think is now going to happen?
Well, from a European Union perspective, again, the idea was it could go all the way to 2022. The problem is that there's supposed to be a general election in the UK, and Theresa May herself, she said she really doesn't want to go to that point. She wants to have this done before the general election. Now, a lot of this, I think, will depend on the kind of language that we get in the summit on Sunday, which, again, by then, both the exit and the future relationship should really, in principle, be agreed. From a European Union perspective, they really do think this is going to go all the way to 2022.
What about the French President Emmanuel Macron? He had said that Brexit was a lie, pushed by liars at one point. I mean, does he still think that, or, you know, does that get him anywhere?
Right, he's been... It does. It's popular for the French to say that, and it's very unusual language to hear a prime minister or a president of another country refer to a democratic vote, because 17 million people voted for this as a choice that was really pushed by liars, by politicians who really quit the next day. But for the French, they really do think this is the line you've got to stress. Brexit is not a good thing. And also, I've got to say, for Macron, this is particularly important because, remember, he got elected on this very pro-European platform. But the truth is, he's managed to do very little. In terms of the whole big European revamp, he's not done much. And I think the trip today in Brussels really has to do with that. They want to make sure there's a charm offensive, and by the end of the year, Macron can do something or show something.